All right, next up we have some of our dear friends from Polygon who will be telling us all about their new roadmap, Polygon 2.0. Please give it up for Tony.
Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. So my name is Tony Olendo, and I work at Polygon. And one of the main things I do is develop education. And my focus is just giving people an understanding of Polygon, where it's headed, the various phases that we're in, and what it looks like. So I am Tony Olendo at Twitter and Tony Olendo on Telegram. Feel free to message me at any point in time. I take 7 business days to reply because everybody messages me. But yeah. So let's start talking about just some brief history of Polygon, right? So Polygon was founded in 2017. In 2019, we did our IEO on Binance. In 2020, we launched the POS sidechain. And we launched it to not a lot of fanfare, but everybody knows POS now because it actually grew. It was the Matic network. It's now, then it changed to Polygon Labs. In 2021, we launched the SDK. In August, we acquired Hermes Network. Hermes is the Polygon ZK EVM team based out of Barcelona, founded by Jordi, Anthony, David, and a very, very talented team of engineers. In December 2021, we acquired the MER protocol that is what is now known as Polygon 0, and they're the ones in charge of the tech, the beautiful tech that is Plonky 2, and now Plonky 3, and the Zero Type 1 prover. So if anybody knows, we have a Type 1 prover now. And in 2022, we raised $450 million from Sequoia and SoftBank to help build the future of technology. And in March of this year, March 27th, we launched a Polygon ZK EVM. And so the ZK EVM was like a momentous occasion because a lot of people thought that it was like the Holy Grail, it wasn't possible. There are very many teams rushing to be first, and we were firster, if that's even a thing. But massive, massive congratulations just to the wider Ethereum ecosystem. We have very many projects that launched in and around that time. We have ZK Sync. There was Linear that launched soon after. We also have Scroll, which is the latest Type 2 to join the ecosystem, Tyco, and a bunch of others. But all of these things represent a really, really momentous step forward in terms of providing greater security to users of Ethereum. But now what happens when you have a zero-knowledge blockchain that already exists, is now public, and you've already solved the big problem. So a lot of what we were focusing on at Polygon when we acquired all these teams was we had a divergence phase. And the divergence phase looked like different ideas, different concepts, and different teams working on different bits of the technology stack. And so you have teams like the Polygon Maiden team who are building a privacy-first chain, and that's a really novel concept built off of the Maiden VM. And then we also have the Polygon Zero team who are working purely on proving systems. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to launch a ZK EVM as quickly as possible. And then we have the actual ZK EVM team who are building different bits of technology. And we had various other protocols, if you remember. We had Veil, we had also Nightfall, which we sunsetted. But that was the divergence phase. And so we were making bets. We were making a whole lot of bets. And then as we transitioned, we started moving towards unification and filtering and just formalization of what we feel the brand new stack could actually look like. So what happens if we have consensus being built by ZK? What we have is Polygon 2.0 essentially. And what that enables us to do is to build the value layer of the internet. There's a really cool video here. I'm not sure if it's going to play or not. Guess not. But yeah, so our vision is essentially just to build the value layer of the internet, right? Now, if you think of what a value layer means, is that now the way that the internet functions today is that it enables you to build a really strong communication layer. And so before, if you guys would have remembered, we used to send letters, and so if your son goes off to university, you have to send him a mail, and then the communication goes across, and then you have to wait and all these things, and then we had email, and email then enabled like faster communication, and then we had Web 2.0 that basically facilitated now interaction online in brand new and innovative ways. But if you think about what that future looks like today, is that messaging is easy, right? But sending cash, not so much. So if you look at the messaging systems, you have Facebook. So I could message a supplier in China and get him to send me stuff, but paying the same supplier is incredibly difficult, right? And so if you're looking at sending cash, if you're looking at sending any type of value on top of the internet, there is no immediate and clear, secure way for you to actually do that. The only way you do that is either mostly through a credit card, and less than 30% of the population in the world have access to a credit card. But what happens if we make transferring value on the internet as ubiquitous as, say, having WhatsApp, right? That really is the future that we're building towards. And so the internet democratized access to information, and the value layer essentially democratizes access to the global economy. And that's the vision that we want to build inside of Polygon Stack. But this takes more than just nice statements and simple visions. It takes actual work. And for us to be able to do that, we're building a network of ZK-powered L2 chains unified via a cross-chain protocol. And that cross-chain protocol is actually comprised of four primary stacks. We have a proving stack, we have an execution stack, we have an interop layer, and we have a staking stack. So let's just delve a little bit. I'll give you a high-level overview of just the various pieces of the protocol architecture, and I'll finalize just by looking at our Polygon CDK, and that'll be it. But just to give everybody, just to break down these concepts. So we have, it's basically comprised of all of those stacks, and it's basically a collection of protocols that are designed to operate together. And so you have a proving layer that basically secures the ZK transactions. You have the interop layer that facilitates communication. You have the staking layer that helps incentivize the network participants and all of the validators. And so the staking layer is basically a proof of stake-based protocol. And so where users will be able to essentially stake POL, which is the brand new Polygon token, and they'll be able to get rewards from being part of the validator pool. So let's imagine a future in which we have multiple Polygon chains running on different networks. We have different app chains that people are building using the Polygon CDK. Imagine if you could make it as easy as you clicking a button and being able to provision your own blockchain that is secured by ZK. Once all of that is possible, we need people to validate that particular network. We need people to actually help build a decentralized future for that network so that we don't end up in a place where we're actually centralizing everything again. And the staking layer is fundamental to that, so that any number of network participants could actually help facilitate the security of the network by being able to stake. And then we have the interop layer, which facilitates secure and seamless cross-chain communication. So it basically abstracts away all of the complexity and makes the whole experience unified. And so imagine if, what you see there as like the SuperNet chain is actually now the Polygon CDK. But let's imagine a future in which you have the ZK EVM rollup as it currently exists. We have the proof of stake ZK EVM, and we're actually changing the current Polygon POS that we all know and love is transitioning to a Validium powered by ZK. And then you have different chains that are available for different reasons, right? So you have this could be regarded as a app chain, another app chain, and a whole slew of them that basically facilitate communication. And then all of those basically communicate via the interop layer. So imagine if we could create a world in which a game deploys a app chain here, and they have really great skins, and they have like all of them as like different NFTs, and they could essentially sell them on the ZK EVM via OpenSea or something of that sort. That really is the facilitation that we actually want to be able to make available. And so you could buy it off of an app chain, or you could actually connect to the ZK EVM and be able to buy it off of there, or you could even connect directly to Ethereum. And so with all of that, the interop layer essentially ensures that we have very secure communication, and all of this is done using ZK. And so all of the participating public chains and all of the participating app chains will all communicate via the interop layer, one-to-one to Ethereum and one-to-one against each other. Then we have an execution layer, which just enables any participating Polygon chain to produce sequence batches of transactions. And this is really commoditized, but you'll have the same consensus mechanisms. This is what we actually know. Consensus, we have a database, we have a mempool, and so anybody deploying a new app chain will be able to get an instance of their own execution layer. And then all of that is secured by a proving layer. And the proving layer is essentially a highly performant, flexible ZK proving protocol. And so it generates proofs for all transactions inside of this chain. So this is where everything basically comes back, and it actually relies on ZK to be able to prove all of the transactions happening across all of our Polygon chains, public or permission blockchains or app chains. And so this is the feature that we're actually building at Polygon. And with that, I'd like to introduce Polygon CDK. And Polygon CDK basically ensures that you could actually create your own L2 chain. And we have quite a number of customers that have signed up for this. A-Star, we have Gnosis Pay, we have a couple of other people who are actually, we have about 60 that I think are in the pipeline. There's a proposal on the Cello Foundation. There's a proposal for the Bored Apes community and so on and so forth. But essentially, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to come and just click a button, provision your own chain, powered by ZK, and help drive the internet forward in this particular way. So that's a value layer that we're actually building at Polygon, and I hope that this has helped break down like just the various components of what that looks like. But if you want to find out more, this is what we're doing in a nutshell. So today we have Polygon ZK EVM and Polygon POS. Those are the public blockchains that you know. Tomorrow we'll have the same, but then it will be with ZK POS. And then we have Polygon Maiden as well as one of the chains. And then the end game is we're going to have Polygon CDK that's available, and it's going to be powered by a really strong proving layer and interop layer. So you get all of these inside of this end game plus these. And that's a future that we're actually building towards inside of Polygon. So I hope that this was particularly useful. And if you want to learn more about Polygon 2.0, you could check out the roadmap here. We have a bunch of different phases that's actually a part of this. And I think Jordi will be speaking tomorrow more about an exciting new announcement, which I haven't even had time to find out for him because I've been traveling. But yeah, if you want to find out more about the roadmap and Polygon 2.0, please check this out. Anybody have any questions? Excellent. Thank you very much.